I'm super excited for us to be here together and talk about this beautiful, beautiful progress that you've done lately. You just shared with me off record that you have 7 people who are in the pipeline joining your program, your group program, your method program, around £40,000 in estimated sales coming up and already 15,000 that have been collected. That's huge. How are you feeling about all of this?
Mega excited, really, really proud, happy, ecstatic. I could go on with all those words, but yeah, really, really amazing.
Amazing. I'm so happy. And let's go back. What I want to do today is to really talk about how this happened and for anyone listening and watching that they can see what's possible with the group program that is based on your method when you have all the tech set up, when you work with ads, all the things that we teach in the program, but also that is what you are applying in your business as a base and a foundation for what you're doing. So let's wind back to before you joined us because you have already experience with marketing. When we spoke, you were already part of a business program, you were already working with a mentor, a high ticket mentor, and you were very much in marketing, in tech, learning about sales, very advanced. So what made you come to our workshop and come to have a call with us and actually join our program in the first place?
I think that the biggest call in for me was the method, so from coming across your adverts, first of all, I think that there's a lot of personability. There was a lot of resonance for me, which is really, really important in my line of work. Is all about alignment, is all about the heart and connection with people. Kind of feel that I was almost already home, as I kind of entered through the door. So that was amazing. And I guess, the way that you're communicating your message has been really important to drag me in. Oh, you didn't drag me. You literally walked me really nicely into your premises. And so that was the first thing. But secondly, is the method, it's something that obviously I've been running my business for 14 years in different evolutions and revolutions of what I've done for sure, and changed my niche, changed my programs in the time that I've been running my business. And by the time I got to you, I had already a high ticket offer, a lot of lead magnets, and a lot of different processes. I wouldn't say that I was scattered, but certainly there was maybe some conflicting advice between all the different programs and coaches that I worked with. I've got a degree in marketing myself, so it's not that I was green or, that I wasn't able really to see the tree from the wood because I could see this is applying for me, other things are not. But I guess what has been really key, like I said, has been understanding the method because everything that I've done before kind of felt like a hard sale, which in a holistic spiritual environment is not really the way to sell your programs. Those tactics are too harsh and too pushy. When I found out a little bit more about the method and came along to the workshop, it was a no-brainer for me. Kind of, I saw that that would translate very easily to what my business is all about and give me a pathway, to grow.
Beautiful. And just a side question, the high ticket price that you have now, can you give us a bit an estimation of the length of the programs and the pricing that you work with?
Sure. So I do have after I joined, I started putting together my method. I had already quite a lot of things in place because I got a membership, I've got lots of resources, so for me it was kind of easy to package it or repackage what I already had in a sense. But I put together a program that would be kind of the entry point after people have tasted my lead magnets or come along to the workshop, and I put together the Heartpreneur Blueprint, which essentially is a 6 months program to help people with my 3 shifts, my method, which is to align themselves, so to really think about the shadow work or what things can get into the way of them succeeding. The second part is about understanding their business model, their niche, their programs, and what they want to create for the world. And the third shift is about the rise, which is about having the infrastructure, the systems, the automations to make it sustainable and also to scale, obviously, to the next level. So that blueprint is a 6 month journey, looked into maybe changing that to a monthly membership subscription because for whatever reason, the program has not sold. However, maybe the packaging is wrong, maybe the message is wrong, but in people that have attended my workshops and then booked the strategy call, as I've been chatting to them about this program, the Herpreneur Blueprint, I also said, however, this is included in my high ticket, and then explained about my high ticket. And every single person that has come along to the strategy call that wanted to purchase has purchased the high ticket, so I can't complain about that, but it's kind of giving me a sense that that midway product perhaps needs tweaking, so obviously I apply Kaizen and I will, keep refining and fine tuning, but, it's certainly leading to sales.
Beautiful. I love it. So the 6 months is 5,000, and then you also have other offers that you are fine-tuning and looking how they can all work together.
So the 6 months is 1,500 and the high ticket is 5,500.
Okay, got it. Amazing. And what is it, if you would think of the models that we have in our framework in the six-figure workshop, in our coaching that we have, in the support that we have in our program, if you would think of two, three models or two, three teachings or your aha moments, those light bulb moments when something really shifted for you, what would that be? And how did that impact the success of your business?
Okay, firstly, I think it was the method itself. There was a lot of wisdom in exploring that particular structure of having your three shifts, how that translates to your message, to your credibility, blogs or information that you put out, that connects really to that journey that you're taking people on, which for me, I guess, before a lot of my communication would be, whatever I was working on at the time, or whatever I felt was relevant, and a few lead magnets to tantalize the taste buds and hope that there would be some engagement. But I actually didn't find that that was working for me. So when I implemented the method and to have communication going out that resonated with what the program and the course is and being really structured, that was a big haha because all of a sudden I was like, okay, now there's consistency in the messaging, so that was really powerful to have that. Secondly, the Mind Artist tech, it wasn't in terms of the tech itself, I've been working with websites, landing pages, funnels, and sequences for a long time. I'm not saying that I didn't make sense of it, but having some workable templates that can be customized meant that I didn't have to start from scratch. Having the tech support, so every day being able to pop in, even if it's just silly questions, but knowing that you can ask it and that you can get a solution pretty quickly, that has been also invaluable. I think for me, my yeah, I think I mentioned to you, Daria, is the connection with yourself. And because ultimately in a lot of programs you get, the face of the business at the beginning, in the pitch, you have been present and also reachable, personable. I've been able to talk to you about this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm planning. And it's been really powerful and important for me because it's the sort of rapport that you would want with a coach as opposed to signing up to a program and then talking to people that don't really know you.
Beautiful. I'm happy to hear that. And when you say usually we don't only buy we don't buy the coaching, we buy the coach as well, right? So because there is so much marketing and sales strategy and all those things, and of course the method itself, having a method, designing a method, having the care from the team, the tech support, the templates, all of that. What I'm curious about is that in our coaching calls or in our conversations, what did you get from having those conversations with me? Was it more strategic? Was it more brainstorming? Was there some more leadership alignment for your scale? What do you feel was unique in our relationship, in our connection and working together?
I think that there's been, from a practical point of view, as I mentioned already, a few things that when I felt the need to reach out or to get support, that has been there. The kind of pragmatic, practical advice has been in place. We have explored from the beginning, maybe because of my position, having had already quite a lot in place already. It has given me the opportunity to have an exploration with you that people would have later on in the program.
Mm.
And as much as I haven't yet signed up to the next step, to the next stage, for me, the vision of where my business is going, and also talking about credibility, positioning, your voice, your offering in the second phase. I'm a visionary, I'm an entrepreneur, and I believe in manifesting. So for me to set that energetic spiritual postcode into the sat nav of where I'm going is important. So you have offered me a vision of what is possible, and that frames very much the way that I work. So it's important to have that creative tension to know that there's plenty of power in the engine to go forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I like to see that as we build something and we start a journey together, let's say of 90 days, I already see the vision for what we can do in 1, 2, 3 years from then and where we can scale this, and especially when with the years of experience of building ourselves a businesses, that it's embodied wisdom, it's embodied, and we keep growing, and as we keep growing, you're also growing with us. There's a co-leadership and eye to eye way that we lead, and I think that what you mentioned here about being able to have a bit more tailor-made support even within the program, it's a group program, yet there is attention to your timeline, attention to your vision and your progress. So it allows you to really have this tailor-made experience within the group while staying connected to the group, whilst having all the things that you would not be able to have if you work one-on-one, like having a full-time, 3 full-time team members currently in the program, just being there, me, Barack. Last question, what I would love to hear is, what is that vision now that you see then, that you are holding you're manifesting into your life as you move forward, as you now have these 7 people, 40,000 estimated sales coming in, beautiful start of September. We're recording this in August, just taking off for the season. What do you see coming next for Fed and for your company?
Well, the world is my oyster for sure. But I mean, I've gone from a personal target of, I know that one high ticket per month is doable, is bringing in 5.5 grand. That's plenty for me to live on. As we talk about manifesting, you need to step into the frequency of what you actually want to receive and create. For me, when I made 3 sales in a month and knowing I can have 15 grand in the bank today, it's like, I want that next month too. I can see the scalability, I can see the financial reward, but I've never been in this just for the money. The money is what I need in a sense to make sure that I can create my business to be sustainable, to have my own longevity. But I think that the dream now has gone past. It was something that was already there as an intention, but is to create a hub with the people that are on my programs to support them and to also keep co-creating together. So our model is not dissimilar, and but I want to speak into that as well because I think that this is important. As much as we are targeting similar markets, and there's probably other people in the program as well that might have this a similar niche as well, I did not feel at any point that there was friction, that there was holding back, or I'm not going to share this with you because you could take my clients or anything like that. It has been a very supportive relationship where you've actually said, no, no, you're welcome to, because obviously there's a client for everyone, and there hasn't been competition, which is what I'm all for. Is about co-creation and is about growth. So I can see how my business could get to an agency level where I can support other therapists and healers to achieve the same as what I've done. So has given that bigger sort of plan that I can see more feasible now than ever.
Amazing. I'm so happy to hear that, Fed. And you've done great from the beginning. You came in and you hit the ground running, and you've been so successful with this. Within 90 days, this is a beautiful transformation, and you really took each part and you implemented from creating your method, from working with the team on creating the marketing, setting up the ads, and then selling and really fine-tuning the sales. I see that you have been active and committed in the program. And sometimes people ask me, is it enough to do 90 days? And I truly think that if you follow the process like you have done and work through the steps step by step, you're able to create magnificent results within this time. It really is more about the focus. Where do we focus and how do we work with what's available in the resources in the program? So well done. I'm celebrating you, and for everyone's watching, take the time to think of your method, really get clear on that so you have an offer that you feel very strong about, and the marketing will follow. And make sure that you have tech support and care from everyone helping you, and also make sure that you work with a mentor that is aligned with your values and that you are feeling that you are not in competition but actually in co-elevation. So thanks a lot, Fred, and thanks a lot everyone who watched, and good luck with your journey moving forward. See
Thank
you
you so much.
later.
See you soon.